Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Andrew G, and welcome to episode 53 of my podcast, The Public Affair. Thank you guys again so much for helping me take The Public Affair to 53 episodes. I'm really proud and happy for the success of this podcast, and it's all thanks to you guys. And of course, to Mike Hamilton at Rogue Media Network. He is the GOAT, and I love him so much. Always comes through for me no matter what time. Before we get started with this really great episode, and very exciting because I got another queen on the show, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. He's a family-owned local paint company that specializes in residential homes, both interior and exterior. He offers the best quality guaranteed. So, of course, if you need your home painted, like I said in about 50 episodes of The Public Affair, you got to get with Juan Arjon because he is the best. I love you, Juan. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Has 5-year warranty on most work and offers the best prices in town. And Frank does not stop there because he also has CoTown Tint, which is a mobile tint and detailing business and offers the best high quality film and products. And he'll also detail your car, and he will be all competitive prices because Frank is the absolute GOAT, and I love him, and he does such a great job when he details my car. He also rents out like margarita machines and jump houses and water slides. He does everything. Frank, you are the best. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio. He focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Jeffrey is a jack of all trades, and I love me some Jeffrey Monreal. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office. He'll help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. He's been helping me find a home, and he's been very patient with me. David, thank you so much for helping me with that. Of course, to Marcos Goleta with Midway Nutrition. He's located on Hewitt Drive. He focuses on selling meal replacement shakes with tons of different flavors. And of course, for at least 50 episodes, I said that my favorite is the Honey Nut Cheerio because it still is to this day. And he also has Waco Nutrition and Energy on Spate. So if you guys are looking for a little bit more of a healthier meal replacement, you're going to hit up my boy Marcos Goleta with Midway Nutrition. Of course, to Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez making me look all hot and spicy of 53 episodes of The Public Affair. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus, Chris, Santos, and D-Rod over there making you look all cute for the weekend or for whenever you really need. And they are the best. I love those guys. Thank you. To Elite Barbershop on Hewitt Drive. And of course, to Four Brother Construction with my boy Joe Olvera, a huge sponsor and supporter of The Public Affair. And I love him. He provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. Joe does it all. Make sure you call the number on the screen for all those needs. And Joe, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, like I said, I'm really excited because I know that I've been wanting another queen on the show, and I've been looking and everybody's been busy, and even me and this woman had to reschedule several times, and I'm just so happy that she's finally here. I want to welcome my good friend for over 6 years, my radio colleague, kind of my boss, and I really, anyway, Miss Cynthia Lopez. How you doing?
Hello, I'm great.
You doing all right?
Yes.
I'm first of all, it's really good to see you because we don't see each other a lot anymore.
We sure
really
don't.
Yeah.
We work different schedules.
Different schedules, and I'm, since I started this, I'm always very busy. So it's like,
I see that.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. First of all, I'm so happy that you're here. Cynthia bought me a present, which seems to be like, okay, when I started the show, I was buying everybody presents, and now they're all buying me presents. I guess people want to come on that bad. But I really want to see what you got me. Oh my God.
Check it out.
Oh, okay. So Cynthia is a boss queen and owns iHeart Hair Salon and Day Spa, which I totally got to go there and get a wax one day because I see hair growing on my back, and I'm not with it. I'm not with that shit.
That's not sexy. For
it's
the
not
summer,
sexy. No, especially I don't want to be one of those people where hair's growing out of the back of my shirt. You know what I mean? I'm really scared that that's going to happen. And
We can take care of that.
Please do. Okay. And look, it got me a koozie. And how did you know I love coffee?
I just know you love coffee, so I thought, hey, this would be perfect
Thank you
for
so
him.
much. And we got the flyers.
Yes,
Listen, I'm going to
sir.
try and keep the flyer right here for the majority of the episodes so everybody could see it. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. And there we, okay. I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, Cynthia? And you know
No
what?
worries.
Cynthia asked me to buy her our favorite glass of red wine. So you know I don't drink a lot anymore.
I know
I bet you never thought you'd hear me say that.
Really,
Yeah.
no. I mean, the way that we have
Like the
had
way,
events.
yes, yeah, which I definitely want to talk about on the show because, you know, so much time has passed and I think it's so funny to laugh about now. Probably at the time I was very embarrassing to the company, but you know, I didn't care.
We had a few talks.
We did have a few talks and I never listened just to, you know, to put it out there. But, you know, I did say, okay, you know what, for the occasion, I'm going to have a glass of wine with my friend Cynthia.
Awesome. Thank you so
and I got the
much.
appropriate
Salute.
tray, the cheese
That
tray,
is
of
so
course.
cute. Thank
Isn't it
you so
HEB? Shout out
much.
HEB. Of course.
HEB comes through all the time.
Girl, HEB has everything. I love HEB. Oh, God. I could smell the memories. You know what I mean? I could smell that side piece after the Wine and Food Festival and everything. It's
Oh,
disgusting.
Lord.
Cynthia, you're taking me back. Okay, so I really want to talk about how we met. Well, first, before we do that, I want you to introduce yourself to anybody who may not know you. You're obviously from here. Why don't you introduce yourself for the viewers?
So my name is Cynthia Lopez. I was born and raised in Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Represent.
I think my band lifted from Mexico, so I'm good. Okay.
I heard about
I
that.
told you about that story. Yeah. Well, I've said it on every episode, so yeah.
So I've actually been working at the radio station,
Okay.
Prophecy Media Group, for 19 years.
Dang.
Yes.
Okay,
and
doll.
it's awesome. And I also own iHeart Hair Salon and
Yeah.
Day Spa, which is a salon and day spa that offers all kinds of services like hair and waxing, eyebrows, hair,
Well,
nails,
now, when we
everything.
say it's a spa, we got like the cucumbers on the eyes and stuff, or what's going on there?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I mean.
so the relaxation part
Yeah.
of the spa, which is massages and facials.
Okay. You know, I actually passed by it by accident the other day because once again, me and David have been looking at homes and I'm just like, it's very difficult. Yeah. And the house that I was looking at was right around the corner from iHeart Hair Salon and Day Spa. And I was like, oh, there it is, because it's like off of Bosque, isn't it?
Yeah, it's off of Bosque. It's a great location. We have been there for 13 years.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you know, I don't know why I thought iHeart Hair Salon just opened. Where have I been?
So okay, no, actually, iHeart Hair Salon and Day Spa has been open for a year and a half now. Before, it was a family-owned business with my mom and sister.
yes.
So it was Floria Estilistas for about 13 years.
That's what I remember it being.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Or 12, I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Girl, give
something
yourself
like
the
that.
extra year, 13, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's been great.
The year of planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom and my sister worked a lot,
Yeah.
and then mom retired last year, right before COVID.
Yeah.
So this is when my husband and I bought the salon
Oh, okay.
and you know, remodeled and
Yeah.
added a bunch of new services, which is great.
That's
It's been
good.
great.
And you just had your ribbon cutting. I'm sorry I missed it. You know,
Yes, we have.
so been busy.
Finally, after a year and a half
Yeah.
from COVID, things are starting to look better.
Yeah, okay.
So,
And you know, knowing you, I already know that the inside of iHeart Hair Salon is just gorgeous. And so, because I passed by the outside and it's literally the cutest thing on the
You
street.
need to come in. It's
I do. I
awesome.
want to go check it out.
Yeah,
Like I said, I
so
need,
proud.
but don't judge me, please, because I need to. I really do. I need a full body wax. I'm very well at grooming myself, but it's the back. It's hard to reach, Cynthia. You know what I mean?
I know.
But you know, now I'm losing all this weight. It's a lot easier, and I don't sweat. So,
Congrats on that, too.
Yeah, thank you. You know, and that's why I can't be drinking a lot, Cynthia. Like I have to work out in the morning. I have to record another episode tomorrow. I'm down 50 pounds. I can't be bloated. I got to be in tip top shape, Cynthia. Okay, this isn't the Wine and Food Festival, which you're gonna get to in a
Hey,
second.
we will get there.
Okay,
We will
yes.
go. And
Yeah, but those were the days, darling. Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, wasn't it? I mean, I love looking back at those memories, and I love telling those stories. Like, it's just so great.
Really,
Yeah,
great memories.
I do.
And in fact, that was your first job offer.
Oh, it was that. For anybody who missed that episode, I did talk about that with Chrissy. I got hired on Power 108 during the Wine and Food Festival when I was tore up. And you know what I thought? Because what I thought was cute. I want to say that was like the introduction of my drunk self to you guys. Because when you so
You were super young too, though.
I was like, what, 24 or something like that, 25. And so when I met you guys, like, so how Cynthia and I have met was she's obviously the business owner at the radio station that I work at. And she was the one who interviewed me to do my internship.
That's right.
Yeah, remember? And so I was just going out to like the little restaurants that we used to do or whatever and, you know, handing out tickets. But I knew that when I started working with you guys, I wanted to have like the first good impression, you know what I mean? Where I don't want them to know that I'm like a drunk mess. Because back in the day when I was young, I used to get partied. And
Really?
and then when we went to the Wine and Food Festival, I was like, okay, I'm going to take it easy. easy because, again, this is a test.
No.
And no, we didn't waste no time.
You were doubting the drinks. I'm like, you're supposed to taste it.
She's like, you're supposed to taste the
no,
wine. I was like, yeah, screw that. Like, no, this is good too. And this is good. And remember, we just ended up sitting because we had VIP. That was the best part about it.
Every year
we get VIP. And so we were just sitting there and I was just tore up. And I remember it was Halloween. And I feel like that's when you and I really got to first, like, really get to sit down and talk to each other. We talked about some things that we probably can't repeat on the show, but, in the car, but we know. And I just remember being so drunk. And then it didn't even stop there because when Jaime said that they were going to hire me for the night show, I was like, let's go back out and party. There's free alcohol.
Yeah, and I was like,
crazy.
Calm down, please.
No.
This is when you need to start worrying about your image.
Yeah, no, I was like, you know what? This is my hiring at the radio station. I worked for this for so long, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to party. And you know what? I thought it was fun. Now, of course, I didn't start that night because, I was tore up. You dropped me off at the house and I just stood there. But, I kind of want, so that's how I met you.
Yeah.
And, it's so great to see after 6 years later, you get to be on my show now. You know what I mean?
Know,
and
it's
I'm really excited that you came on. So thank you. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people at the radio station that played a vital role in my position there. And obviously, you were one of them because you took the internship interview with me.
I opened the doors for you.
You did open the doors for me. Yes, you did. Yeah. And then, from there, it's just, a story. Yeah. And so I'm really, how did you feel about that in the beginning?
Okay, so I hire interns like on the summer during, when I need help. It's free help, so why not?
Right.
And so when you came in, I think you emailed me or something, and then I had never talked to you. When you came in, I obviously right away saw you, and I didn't think to judge or anything. I was just like, hey, I'm going to give this guy an opportunity because, I needed the help and you wanted, I think you really wanted to be in there. Your thing, I think you wanted to be a DJ or something. So you started, and everything I gave you to do, like, hey, go clean the cars and go.
Yeah, but you want to know what? As time progressed there were other interns who started going in too, and I saw you cleaning out attics and shit, and I was like, not about that. I was like, no, I'm not cleaning out no attics. Okay.
No, but I do remember that you were like very interested in learning a lot more.
Right.
And I think Chrissy started helping you a little more, and so you asked me actually, can I go hang out with Chrissy more because I think I can learn things from her.
Right.
And so that's when I said, yeah, sure. And from there, you started like recording yourself, and I was like, hey, record yourself and then email it to me and Chrissy, and then we would give you like constructive criticism.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I remember those.
And you would do that a lot, and then I would send you back and say, hey, do this, do that, or
it's so crazy to think too, because I remember you giving me a key to the studio, and I would stay up there till like midnight recording that 2-minute air check or whatever. And it was like, I wish I had them. I need to look for them. I need to see how they sounded. Right? I would like to see how they sounded 6 years ago. And then I was just like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna think of this. And, I'll never get to the radio. This and it's crazy to think now 6 years later we got the public affair. So it's just so
no,
great.
But you kept on like I saw that you really wanted the job, the position, and so I was like, hey, Jimmy, we should give him a try. Look, he sounds better now. Obviously I didn't give him the first one, but like after a few times, I
think I recorded like 3 or 4 air checks, and I remember we had to work with AJ Barrera. Remember that guy?
Yes, I do. We've had some interesting people.
We've had some interesting. We'll say that much, and wherever he is, if you're watching, hey. I was just like, I remember. Can I just stick with Chrissy, please? Because I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, So thank you for that. You know what? I want to talk to you a little bit about your life growing up. You and I have had those nights where we get the bottle of wine and the chips back in the day, and we used to just sit there and talk shit. And I really want to use this opportunity you know what I mean? About the things I was going through because I couldn't keep a man for nothing. But and then Cynthia had a lot of questions about me being gay, which I thought was really great. Because
You're like, I'm an open book.
Yeah, because I just felt like you had so many questions. I thought it was so cute. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I got you, girl. What's up? And then I was like, you got any cousins in Monterrey, Mexico, or what? You know what?
How about that guy?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about your life growing up. Why don't you indulge us a little bit? What's going on there?
Sure. So we moved to Waco from Monterrey in I'm not gonna say when.
Why?
Like 25 years ago or so.
Darling. Can I just say that Cynthia looks really great for her age? You want to tell us how old you are?
I know. You never ask a woman her age.
They asked me how old I am.
You're not a woman.
Yeah, I'm not, no.
No, anyway, so I started school when I was in about 8th grade here in Waco. Didn't speak any English at all. Okay. So graduated high school. I got married really, really young. Yeah. And had a son. So I have a son. He's He's going to be 21 years old next in about 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. God, he's going to be 21 already?
Yes.
I remember when he was a tweed. That's so crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, where has time gone? It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, young mom, got divorced at 21.
Okay.
And then at that point, that was my turning point. I needed to do something for myself.
Okay.
I was working at the radio station already when I was going through that divorce. It was pretty hard and stuff. But my son gave me the power, like the courage to keep on going.
Really?
And so I wanted to go to school.
Yeah.
And I started going to cosmetology school thanks to my parents that helped me so much with, taking care of the kids and stuff like that. So
you know what? When you came here from Mexico and you were in 8th grade, so that you would have been like what, 12 or 13 or something like that.
I was 13.
Yeah, you were 13. So I mean, why the sudden choice to move from Mexico to America? Did you guys immigrate here, or what was the story behind that?
It was my parents' choice. It wasn't my choice. I was having the best life. I mean, 13 years old. I was like in segundo de secundaria, which is about 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I had my little crush and everything. So obviously I didn't want to move.
Yeah.
It wasn't my choice. It was my parents' choice. They brought us here for a better life, for a better future.
Okay.
And so definitely they sacrificed a ton. They left their home and we left everything, our family and stuff. I started from scratch.
So were you just like kind of living the fast life over there? Like, were you getting into?
My dad is a doctor.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So we lived a good life, I guess. Yeah. But my mom said, I want the kids to learn English. So let's go to Waco for about 2 years. My family, some of my family was already here, and that's how we ended up being in Waco.
Oh, okay. I got you. So when you guys came over, I mean, did you guys have to cross, or what was the process like for you?
So yeah, we came to Waco, to the United States with visa, not thinking we were going to stay this long.
Oh, okay.
That's why it was something like, okay, we'll just go with the visa and stay for a little bit, just a little bit to learn English.
And your town in Mexico, is it like a small town? Because I went to my best friend's town. It's not, okay. Because I went to my best friend's town where I kind of got unofficially banned. And it's like they have nothing to do except smoke and drink and party. Like,
I mean, I was really young. Actually, I didn't get to party and stuff like that. But Monterrey is a huge city. I mean, it's like...
Girl, please, because you can start drinking out there when you're like 8 years old.
Houston or Dallas, like you're talking about a huge city. Which I just came back from Monterrey.
Oh yeah, you did.
About 2 weeks ago.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I was over there visiting family. Yeah, so it was awesome.
The beach looks so great.
Yes.
Darling. Oh my goodness.
Tampico. That's another place where I kind of grew up. Yeah. That's where my dad's family is from.
Yeah, I got you. You know, you talked about being a young mom. How old were you when you had your son?
I was 17.
So you were a teen mom, technically.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to know, like, was it so okay, you moved here when you're 13 years old, so just some years later you get pregnant and have a baby.
Yeah.
And you were what, in high school at the time, surely?
I was 17. I was a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a sophomore or junior in high school?
Junior. I was a junior, actually.
First of all, where'd you go to high school? Because everybody has to shout out their high school.
Waco High.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. And so you get pregnant, and then you're probably the talk of the school. What was it like? I mean, being a teen mom.
Normal there.
Waco High. Yeah.
I mean,
they have the daycare.
Yeah. So Eddie was born in the summer, and so he was 7 weeks old when I started going to school, back to school when I was a senior. So he was born, and I basically went to school, and I was being a mom and going to school. But I finished, like I really wanted to finish. I had that determination to do it. And I feel like, just because you're a teenage mom doesn't mean that doesn't define you. You can just be whatever you want.
But how did your family take that when you got pregnant so young and you were in school? I mean, because so they bring you out here to live the better life, but really getting pregnant at 17 is not like ideal in most cases. And obviously it did wonders for you, but because you did the right things. Yeah. But a lot of people who get pregnant at 17 necessarily don't live the same route as you do. Yeah. So I mean, how did your parents feel about that, or your family?
I was already married.
I
was living with him and stuff. So he was planned. It was not like, oops, baby. Of course they were worried. They were like, okay, so you're super young and stuff. But I prove everybody wrong. I wanted to be a mom.
Do you think they doubted you? I mean, getting pregnant at 17?
Probably.
Surely there was a lot of public scrutiny. I mean, especially back in the day. I mean, you know what I mean? And so.
But nowadays, kids, like, they get married so, like, old. Like, I know my 21-year-old, he's like, I'm not even thinking about getting married or anything like that. So it was a different era.
Yeah, and you know what? You had a baby at a good time, too, because isn't Eddie's birthday and mine, like, really close to each other? Yeah. Like, because I'm the 3rd of July.
He's the second.
Okay, see, he's the second. Yeah, so I'll be 30 in a few weeks, actually.
Yeah.
God damn, I don't have nothing planned for my birthday, Cynthia. And so, I know, I don't have nothing planned for my birthday. Remember I used to, like, have a big party? Remember that
you plan things out, like, a month ahead.
I'm so busy. I had to go get the cheese tray and the wine for this. You know what I mean? Yeah, but no, I'm going to be 30 in a few weeks. But I bet by the time this episode comes out, my birthday would have passed because that's how far apart we are. But, you know, I guess, like, just, so you didn't really face a lot of scrutiny or anything like that. It was just like, this is what we're doing, blah, 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 and then move on.
I guess when the divorce came, it was like, okay, so now what are you going to do?
That just sounds so weird to say that you got divorced at 21. Like, that's so young. You know, so how old were you when you got married?
I was 18 because I had to be legal.
Oh, you had the baby at 7. Okay, let's not get him in trouble.
No. Okay,
wait.
We're the same age.
Oh, you're the same age. Okay, got you. So you guys have the baby when you're 17 and you're in high school, and you know, and then you're like, okay, well, I guess we should get married now. And
no,
then,
I wanted to, but like you have to be 18.
You have to be 18. Yeah. Okay, I see it. Okay.
So I guess we were in common law married.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. How'd you even get an apartment at 17?
I have no idea. Right? Actually, it was on Washington. So when I drove by here, I was like, oh my God.
Enough said.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, well, I'm happy to see that, you know,
so look, where we come from, where we are, and so where we at right now.
So how much of a role do you think had to take place on your part to give yourself the better? I mean, because, getting divorced at 21 and having a baby at 17, at that time you have a 3 or 4-year-old son. Mm-hmm. I mean, how did you end up overcoming that? I mean, you know
my determination, I'm one of those people that what I want, I'm going to get, and it doesn't matter what people say. Yeah. I am going to get it done.
Okay.
I'm just, and if I say yes, I'll do it. If I say no, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I have a big determination. People say I'm strong, but I think it's just my determination to do things in life, and I want it to be better for my son at that point. I wasn't thinking about getting remarried at all, which I ended up getting married again to Gustavo.
Shout out Gustavo.
My hubby, my liver.
Yes.
In 2007.
Okay, I got you.
So I've been married for 14 years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cute. Yeah, and I love Gustavo.
Children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys have 2 children together, and then Eddie is from the other marriage. Okay, yeah. And you have considerably young kids too, because Jasmine's like what, 12 or something? Or?
She's 12, and little Gustavo's gonna be 5 in about 3 weeks. Actually.
Remember when you got pregnant with little Gustavo, and then we wanted you to drink so bad at the radio station, you just would not drink, and we did not know you were pregnant?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm kind of keeping it secret.
She was like, I just don't want to drink today. I was like, Cynthia, I took the day off for this. Like, you have to drink.
Sick?
Come on, let's go. Yeah. And then you were like, no, I'm pregnant. And I was like, whatever. You know, speaking of which, I want to talk to you about your radio career because so you've been working for Prophecy Media for a long time. I mean, just as old as your son is. And so how did you get started in that? Like, what was the thing behind that?
That's a great question. Yeah. Actually, right after high school, I started working at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
And so I was just like a part-timer there, helping out the executive director.
Got you. That's not Alfred, is it?
No. It was Joe Rodriguez.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I was working there for, I don't know, like 6 months or so. I got to meet a lot of business owners and managers and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's where I met the guy that was going to run the radio station. Mm-hmm. And so we did not have a Spanish radio station then.
Okay.
And so he just came to the office and said, hey, I'm here to steal you. I'm like, okay, really? What's going on?
So there was no La Ley at the time?
No. Actually, KWOW was this country station.
Oh, really?
So he said, hey, I'm coming in the market. We're going to have a radio station. It's going to be in Spanish. And I want you to work with me. You know, I've seen you work and I've heard great things about you. So.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so did you start off as a DJ or like just in the office always or what?
I think I was doing a little bit of everything. Yeah. He wanted me to learn how to be a DJ, and so there was not a big staff. It was a small staff. So it was just me, him, and a DJ like in Dallas or something that he was like voice tracking.
In that same building?
In that same building. Upstairs, actually. We didn't use the downstairs.
You didn't use the downstairs?
No.
Oh, my God.
That was our beginning. So, So February 22nd, 2002, that's when KWOW switched to Spanish. Yeah. And so ever since then, I've been working at the radio station.
Oh, okay. So were you there longer than Jimmy? Like, when did Jimmy come?
Yes, Jimmy came a little later than that.
Okay, because I feel like when I started interning at the radio station 6 years ago, I feel like La Ley was the juggernaut. It's like you couldn't talk to them. The door was always closed and it was the loudest music. And then me and Chris would be in the office like, You know what I mean?
They are loud. I mean,
Yeah.
Spanish is I don't know.
And Jimmy always had the
Smart.
girls coming in. That was cute. I remember. And so I was like, what are we doing there or whatever? So, and then I just feel like now when it comes to that, like there's a lot of people who are the staple of Lale. And I mean, I would consider him that as well.
Yes, he is
You
too.
know, like what was that process like? I mean, would you guys say that you kind of started together in that or?
I started a little earlier than him, but I mean, it all comes to, it was the same year. So
Yeah.
I mean, him and I have been knowing each other for a long, long time.
Okay.
Like our kids are the same age. They
Yeah.
kind of grew up together, went to daycare together.
Oh, okay, got you.
So it was us.
So then yeah, I got you. So then you become the business manager. So obviously the radio station's gone through several owners. Okay.
Oh yeah. And that was one of the things that I didn't know anything. I didn't know about radio stations that they sell that like that fast. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we went through like 3 different owners and name changes. So Es
Oh,
La
okay.
Mia was the first radio station that started there.
Okay.
And then it was La Mejor and by Amigo Broadcasting. And then here, La Ley's been on the air for many, many years. I can't even tell you how many years.
I know, yeah. I feel like the biggest. You know what I mean? For sure.
So that's our baby, basically.
Okay, got you,
And
yeah.
then the others came in afterwards in 2010
Okay.
when the new owner purchased the station.
Gotcha. So you never had like any dream, like what did you always want to do? I mean, growing up, I mean, surely it wasn't to be on the radio. I mean,
I really love my job at the radio station.
okay.
I really do. And I was a DJ too. So
Yeah.
I was a DJ. I was doing remotes. I was doing a little bit of everything, which is what I like about the station. It's, there's so many parts that
Yeah.
you can be part of. I still record commercials. I still do it. But right now my job is basically a business manager, which is a little bit of everything as well. I deal with the sales staff, with the promotions and programming, and so.
and she makes sure we don't drink too much at events either.
My boss had to.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I definitely want to dive into that for just a little bit. Like, we talked about my first wine and food festival experience, so then let's talk about the first Christmas party, right? So remember the first Christmas party, and then it was at 1424 Bistro. Was that what it was called?
I think so.
That Italian restaurant that was really expensive.
Downtown.
Yeah, downtown, which is great, by the way. I love that restaurant. Yeah, and so I remember we had the Christmas party, and I didn't know that our boss like bought everything. You know what I mean? And so we, me and my friend, remember my friend Jennifer? We were there at that night, and I was like, okay, like at the time I was not making a lot of money. You know what I mean? So $40 for a bottle of wine really would have chapped my ass. You know? Now it's like I can buy whatever. And so, oh shit. And so I remember like discussing with her, oh my God, I don't know if we should get this bottle of wine. Like it's $40, this and that. And then like they just kept buying bottles of wine. And then I remember I got really drunk, and you said that I was really inappropriate to the owner, which I totally don't remember.
You're like, I want to say that I'm so happy here. And I was like, you literally shushed the owner.
But I just felt like it was boring, Cynthia. I was like, listen, we are here to get to party and this and that. And my business, I always handle business at business, and then we have fun when it's time to have fun. You know what I mean?
true.
And so I remember you having
But
me-
it was a company party.
It was a company party. You were right. I just feel like, it was so cute because then you had to talk with me afterwards.
Yeah,
Cynthia
I was
was
like-
the one who had to talk with me, you guys. And she was the one that was just like, hey, you have to remember that you're representing yourself in front of the boss. And I was like, okay. So then the next Christmas
I'm a
party
good
comes
boss.
up. No, you did. You were looking out for me, which I totally appreciated. But then I thought this was so great that we had the second Christmas party.
But then you also said that you remember when I first hired you and I said, hey, don't go get drunk and do stupid
Oh,
things.
yes.
Remember that?
How did I forget about that? I remember when
You're
you
like,
said that.
it always-
Well,
you always-
the day you hired me, she was like, you just remember, if you're ever on the news and you did some stupid shit, you are never going to work here ever again. And I used to get so scared hanging out with my friends, like, we cannot drink and drive. Like, we cannot drink tonight and we cannot drive. We need
glad
to get an
you-
Uber. Yeah, because I didn't want to be like on the news like that one guy. Like, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
You're like,
and listen,
told me
and
and it's gonna happen.
people share mugshots in this town like nobody's business. And so if my mugshot, I already said on the last episode, my mugshot. Okay, screw that. Especially the Power 108 radio DJ and public affair host. No, I'm gonna smile on my mugshot. But it was so cute. So we have the second Christmas party, and Cynthia messaged me the afternoon of. Remember that?
I don't remember.
I was at work. You texted me and
Okay.
said, "Hey, we're gonna limit you to 2 glasses at the Christmas party."
I had to go that far?
Girl, I saw that message and rolled my eyes harder than anything in the world. I was like, okay.
whatever.
And then I was like, yeah, sure, 2 glasses of wine, Cynthia.
Yeah, I remember, I remember that
And
now.
so then we get to the Christmas party because at this point it was at the hotel. Was the Hotel Indigo?
The Indigo.
Yeah, which was gorgeous. And by the time you had got there, it was 2 bottles in.
And you told me, you're like, hey, I'm sorry, but I already
You know
drank
what?
more.
But like
More than 2 glasses.
But like, so how do you feel about it now though? because I mean, at the time we were all just having fun, and then, ultimately it never led to me getting fired.
Well, radio is a different kind of job. We're not like, I don't know. I mean, you have to be yourself.
Right.
Because if it wasn't yourself, then you would sound super fake, and that's not what we want.
Right.
But
maybe there's a time and a place for everything.
Exactly.
And that wasn't it. Yeah.
No, I mean, we've had some good times.
Yeah. Oh, girl, like the second Wine and Food Festival. Do you remember that? Yeah. No, we
you
don't.
were sick or something?
No. Okay.
The
No.
last
Oh,
one.
excuse
The
me.
last one before
The
COVID.
last one before COVID.
I do remember that. It was so much fun.
It was
I
so
remember
much fun.
I
Guys.
have pictures too.
Oh, please don't show. I was a hot, sweaty, disgusting mess. I just remember going up to everybody. I have snaps of that night. And, it was when I was 60 pounds heavier. And so we just were mixing. It was so cute because I remember Gustavo driving us home. And there's a tree outside of my apartment. Okay. And and so you guys left me there. And I was like leaning on the tree. And then I just remember him not carrying me up the stairs.
He's like, I'm going to go back because he's still hugging a tree.
Yeah, it was
like literally.
Yeah, that night was that. I will say, Cynthia, when was that? Like 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
That was my last night of like heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Like that was my last night. Like I had got drunk after that, of course, like for my birthday and stuff, but that was my last night of really excessive heavy drinking because I just remember sitting up on my recliner, and then I just made it to the trash can and vomited everywhere, and then passed out on the dining room floor and woke up like 3 hours later. It was disgusting.
I checked on you the next day. You're like, oh, I just woke up in my kitchen.
Yeah, it was gross. You know what? I want to talk to you a little bit about iHeart Hair Salon. First of all, wait, great times and cheers. This is the most I've drank in a long time, by the way.
Wow.
I don't drink a lot anymore. Yeah,
the same.
You know what? And this cheese tray is just doing it for me. I'm sorry. I want to talk to you a little bit about iHeart Hair Salon and how it all got started and everything. So you mentioned before that it was a different hair salon that your family owned, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then so what was the transition like, I guess, like, so your parents were wanting to retire, and instead of selling it to somebody else, you guys decided to buy it, or what?
So they wanted to stay in the family. So Gustavo and I were the ones that were always thinking about having a business, and so we took the challenge.
Yeah.
And we turned it around, did a bunch of remodeling, and we have new furniture, and we had all these ideas already. And it's funny because now we see it in the paper, like the rough draft where we were painting it and drawing it out, like sketching it how we wanted things done.
Right.
And I said, well, we only did hair before. So I said, there's so much potential in this business that I want to do it all.
Right.
And so he's always supporting me 100%.
Right.
My husband is my rock.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, okay, honey, let's do it.
Yeah.
What else do we want to do?
He's a great guy. I love some Gustavo.
He is
and he's
amazing.
A great bartender,
he's the best
too.
thing I've ever happened to me, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Yes. We should have brought him on the show.
I know.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, part 2. So is there ever going to be a time, first, like, where you're going to maybe stop being the business manager at the radio station and then focus on the business full time? Because surely you wear a lot of hats. I mean, you're raising a family. You got the hair salon. You got work. Yeah. What is going on here?
I know I do a lot, and I work a lot, but I that's what I want to do.
Right.
And my husband supports me, and my kids support me, my parents support me, my sister supports me. I really I wouldn't be here without them.
Right.
They help me so much.
Yeah.
My sister's like my right hand.
That's good.
At the salon.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Do you have a lot of people that work there for you, or?
Yes. So we have a nail techs, massage therapists.
Do you guys do pedis there too?
We do.
So I gotta come by and get at least a pedicure. Yeah.
Everything.
No, because I love getting my feet done. Like it's the hot wax and stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I just got a pedicure last night there at the salon, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so glad we own a spa.
Yeah. Oh, so you get the free treatments and stuff?
Of course. Yeah. Hello.
So who does it for you? I mean, you don't do it for yourself. I mean,
no.
You just okay.
It's just like my sister and I we'll trade off, and we do each other's hair and feet and stuff like that. It's just amazing how.
So you're pretty confident about the business then?
I love it.
Okay.
I don't see myself leaving the radio station anytime soon. I love the radio station. It's like I love both things, and I can do it both. And so as long as I can do it both, I'm going to continue doing it.
Right. You know what? I think that's really great. That's very empowering of you. And, a shout out to your son who just bought that immaculate house as well. What's going on here? How'd that happen? Because I'm trying to buy a house, Cynthia, and it's really difficult.
So my husband and I have always talked to him about how you have to take care of your credit and stuff like that. And we just thought that he wasn't even like listening,
Right.
but he was.
Okay.
He was. So he decided to buy a house, and we supported him. And so he lives in Hewitt and an amazing home, and he's making it.
And right around the corner too, huh?
It's close to our home, so Mama's happy.
Oh, that's good. And I bet, because I remember when we had that freeze, I never thought of even taking refuge with you, but you got to take refuge with your son, right?
Oh, we got to go to his house and stay with him for a couple of days. I'm sure he was ready for us to leave because I have a 4-year-old, and so it's not the same.
Yeah, I got you.
But it was super nice, and I said, like, he supports us too.
Right.
Even he supported us at the salon because he did all the stonework on the outside. He works in construction.
Oh, does he? Okay.
And so that's what he does, and I'm so proud of him that he was able to do that and all the things he's accomplished, even though he has a teenage mom. And I told him, like, hey son, we can do this. We can do this.
I got you. I mean, it's got to be really empowering for you too to see something like that. What's the advice that you give to the, maybe first of all, no teens should be watching the show, but somehow or another they do. So what's your advice to the teen mom or the person that was a teen mom growing up and maybe they're going through the struggle right now? I mean like, did you get to miss out on a lot of like your partying and stuff like that, or?
Probably, but I got to party afterwards when I was 21 and divorced.
She said in divorce.
It was fine. I mean, I was a new woman, 21, trying to, live my life and being a mom. That's the thing, like, don't forget that you have a kid and I live for my kids.
Right.
I'm like, my kids are my priority.
Yeah.
And so I make sure I never miss one of those days that where mom has to be there, like field day or something like that. Like I juggle my days, I juggle my schedules so I can be a mom first, and then because my kiddos are everything. Yeah,
for sure. And you got some really great kids too. I guess, like, do you feel like maybe in this day of age, so I think teen pregnancies has become more common as the years go by, and it's always glorified in media as well too. I mean, we have a show about it and everything. Do you think that there's a lot of people who become irresponsible even as adults with children? And like, I mean, like, so
exactly. Like, not only teenagers. There's parents that are old and not being good parents. So.
I'm really happy that my parents aren't one of those parents because my parents are in their 50s, and I'm really happy they're not one of those parents that like blast their business on Facebook and are trying to fight bitches. You know what I mean? Because that's so weird to me. Like,
but I guess I have really good principles because my mom and dad raised us right, and he, they're together. They've been together for 40 something years.
Oh wow, really?
They've been married.
Yeah.
And so I have good role models.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So then you get to like foster that to your kids as well.
Exactly.
And then you have your sister, and then you have a brother, correct?
That's right.
And the brother is in Mexico?
He is.
Because I've never met the brother.
So he's married, has 3 kids, and he's doing really, really well. He just bought a house, and so I'm so proud of him. They're building, building it more.
Yeah, I got you.
Upgrading it.
Was there a reason why he stood and then you guys came here, or did he come here and then went back?
He was here too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't our choice. Parents said we're leaving, and like it or not.
Right,
and
for sure.
He was here too. He went to school here. I believe he graduated a year before me, because he's about a year and a half older than me.
Okay.
And then he never really liked us so much, so he went to Mexico and met the love of his life, got married, and they're happily married. So.
Oh, okay. And still together with a bunch of kids.
19 years, yes.
Oh, good.
Three boys, 3 huge boys now.
I was going to see if he was single. But anyway, I guess that's... So what's your family life now, Cynthia? Because again, so you run the salon. I mean, you're at the radio station. You're probably really busy all the time.
I am.
When do you find free time? And if so, what do you guys do?
So Sundays is our only day off because I work at the radio station Monday through Friday, and then at the salon Monday through Saturday.
Okay.
Sundays are our only day off, and that's family day. So it's gonna be a day where we're gonna spend with the kids.
Yeah.
And do fun things for them.
Right.
And even if it's just at home and get in the pool and just have fun with them.
Right,
That's
I
what
got
we're going to do. One of the things that we always do is go to church, and then after church we go eat, and it's always going to be Eddie and my son, my 3 kids and my husband.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Eddie's my oldest.
Yeah.
and so he lives on his own now, but we always include him to what we do, and so that's our thing to do, and then do whatever afterwards.
Okay.
Clean.
I have a question for you, and you mentioned that you were a teen mom earlier. So how, like, is that something you're going to be open with your daughter about? And if so, how do you prevent something like that? I mean, do you think like, oh, well, if my mom got pregnant when I'm 17, it's okay for me too. You know what I mean? Like, so how do you like stop that? Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't think I can ever stop that. Okay. Nobody can stop that. I am very open with my kids. So as soon as they turn 10 years old, I got with Eddie. I'm like, hey, this is what's happening. Right. Something that I didn't, get from my parents, because back in the day, it was something that you would not talk about. Okay. And so I'm super open with the kids. Yeah. I always talk to him about different changes going through your body and what can you do. It's just like I was gonna be a different parent. Okay, I was gonna be more informative, more, hey, I'm here for you. Hey, let's talk about issues. And it's happened, like, things that like my son had to talk to me about, and we're like, okay, well, that's fine. And I'm so proud of him that he actually listens and he actually follows the things that we tell him. Right. Okay, I
got you. No, I was gonna say, because it's probably really hard to maybe have that conversation with your kids, especially at 10 years old. Did you ever? It's not. I was gonna say, do you ever feel like it's maybe hard to like? No. Were you ever scared to have that open with them?
No, I wanted to. Okay. Because I didn't want to be that person, that parent that like, oh no, we can't talk about that. And then what if they have a question that I told them I'd rather give you the good answer. Yeah. And then you finding it through somebody else is going to give you the wrong answer. Right. And then I always tell them, like, I have your back. Like, I support you 100% no matter what. No matter what. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as they're not bums or something. They're my kids. Yeah, I mean, sure. Like I said, it's just whatever it is, we can fix it.
You can fix it. Yes. Do you think parents make the mistake when their kids become teen parents of kicking them out rather than like keeping them in?
That's a total mistake. Yeah. I mean, that's when you need the most help and support. Right.
I had, because I had to talk about that with my trainer, Dominic. He was very open. Him and his wife had their first daughter when they were 16 or 17 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he said that his parents didn't kick him out. And it was such a crazy conversation that we had just in the middle of breakfast one day, because we skipped workouts and went to IHOP. And so we were just talking about it. And I was like, I never really thought about that. And I kind of wanted to ask you about that too, because I knew that you were a teen mom as well. Mm-hmm. And so I do think, I think it's, like, we talked about cheating on my last episode too, okay? And we never know what we're gonna do in that position until we're put in that position, because we think we have the answers right now until it happens. You know what I mean? Like when I said I didn't want to be a side P for so long, and then I was a side P, so I decided to keep going with it because it was fun. And so, which is, I don't do that anymore. But I just think that so like let's say, God forbid, can we just use you as an example? Let's say that happens to one of your kids. What do you do going forward, or what is your plan going forward?
First, talk to my husband. Yeah. And
how do you not kill your kids? Like
figure it out together. Mm-hmm. Support them and be supportive and help as much as we can. I have raised my children, and I expect them to raise their children. Yeah. But I have more experience with that, so I would give them all the guidance that I can. Right. Okay. To help them out and better themselves.
I mean, you wouldn't want your kids to like drop out of school and then and all that.
No, definitely no. I mean, that wouldn't be good for them or their kids.
Yeah, I feel you.
Why would I do that?
No, yeah. And it's crazy to think that too, because what else drives me crazy too is when parents say, oh, this is going to be the best 18 years of my life. It's like, are you only giving 18 years to your kids and then you're kicking them out? How do you feel about something like that? Or, I mean, obviously you don't want your 40-year-old son living with you. You know what I mean?
Not at all. In fact, he told me, he's like, Mom, if I was ever like a person to be like, I'm over 21 and living with you, like, please kick me out. Yeah, yeah. Which obviously didn't happen. Right. I don't know. My job as a parent, as a mom, is raise good humans and raise them to be independent so they can help for themselves. Right. Honestly, I am. I just told them, like, hey, you have each other. When I'm not going to be here forever. Right. So you have each other. Okay. And I keep telling that to all of them. Even, I mean, the little one doesn't really understand, but the other two do. Yeah. They understand. And I say, hey, mom is not going to be here forever. So I'm trying to raise good children to be independent, be on their own. Right. Because I'm not going to be here forever. No, totally. And then when I'm not here, they have each other.
That's good. Yeah. I think that's a really good quality to instill in your children. I kind of want to ask you this too. I mean, you guys live in a beautiful, immaculate house that you worked really hard for. I saw, it's gorgeous. I love it. And then, it seems like you guys live pretty well off, not to kind of just put your business out there, but I mean, you wear a lot of hats. Your husband does really good. Do you think it's quite daunting to give your kids that type of life without raising them as being spoiled brats? Or like, you know what I mean?
Yes, of course. Yeah, and it could
I'm not
be,
saying your kids are spoiled brats. I'm just saying,
no, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. We always tell them we work really, really hard.
Okay.
We're not rich. We live in a good area. You guys go to good schools.
Right.
We are really hardworking people, and that's what we have is what we earn.
Yeah.
So don't let this, make you think something else.
Right.
And so they know. Even my daughter tells me all the time, like, Mom, you work so hard.
Yeah.
And I love that because I want to include her in what I do. So she helps at the hair salon. She loves doing nails.
Right.
So she's always like practicing on her nails and doing things. So, that's another generation that is coming through. It's my mom's legacy, basically going from doing only hair, and then my sister and I still working there.
Right.
Making the salon, bigger and better. And then Jasmine is our next generation that, she knows that eventually she can take over, when I'm ready to retire.
Right.
Because I do want to retire one day.
And
that's what we work for. Basically, my husband and I work for eventually one day retiring and, living a good life together.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So you don't ever worry about maybe giving your kids too much. I mean, obviously you're teaching them good work ethics and like teaching them, hey, this can all be taken away quickly. And don't think when you're 18, like, your brother worked hard for that.
No,
you know what I mean?
I always uplift my kids every day, let them know that they can do whatever they want as long as they put their heart into it and their hard work. Yeah. Nothing is free. You have to work for it. Hustle, 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 and you're going to get whatever you want.
Do you get nervous about your kids being the minority in the area that they live in and maybe having a opportunity probably taken from them, or like maybe not taken from them, but like maybe situations not going the way it should, you know what I mean?
Not at all. In fact, there of course my husband's from El Salvador.
Not to get too political because I hate being political, but
me too. That's one of the things that we learn in
we
school.
Don't do political on the public affair.
Don't talk about politics and don't talk about religion. But no, I mean, my husband's from El Salvador and I'm from Mexico, and they're from here, so they have all the rights to do whatever an American citizen has. And so maybe even better because, growing up, me and him didn't have that. And so now through the sacrifices of my parents about leaving our, country and stuff like that, now their generation is American and they're American and they have all the rights and they have all, everything that they need to be successful.
Did you think when you were 17 years old and then looking at your life now, did you think life was going to go the way it's going now?
Not at all.
Okay.
I was in a very different place.
Right. So what did you do different than anybody else? What did you do different than the person that is like not making it here?
I had determination. Like I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to buy a house. I wanted to finish high school. I didn't want to be a dropout like most teenage moms are.
Yeah.
I wanted to finish high school. I wanted to buy a house, and I did when I was 19 years old. I bought my first home.
Oh, good.
And so I wanted to do all that. And I think for some people it looks weird because I was super young, but for me, I was ready.
Right.
Like I was ready to be a mom. I was ready to I was just ready. I don't know.
And you were a single mom for a long time too then, right? Because I mean, you got divorced when you were 21, and then when did you meet Gustavo?
I met him in 2006, I believe. We didn't date for too long.
Yeah.
We knew. Yeah. We knew. Love at first sight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your advice to the single mom watching the show that's just is on the struggle bus?
The future is better.
Yeah.
So don't, it's going to be hard in the meantime, but there's so many good things, and just get a hold of God and, everything's good. Well, everything's going to be okay.
Cynthia, I have to say, I think that you are the embodiment of empowerment, especially as it pertains to women, especially to Latina women who being a teen mom, making it to where you are now. I've not personally seen your journey, but I see the life that you've given and instilled for your children. Big shout out to your son, Eddie, who, goddamn, at 20 years old, bought that gorgeous house. I can buy. I have really great credit. I'm just it's having trouble finding one right now. It's just disgusting.
That's a big
it's so
issue
hard.
right
Yeah,
now.
David, thank you. But I just think that for anybody, you're gonna be a really great role model to your kids. You're gonna be a really great role model, I think, to the single mom watching this episode, saying, "Hey, the grass is gonna be green on the other side." And really, you just have to put the work in. Like you can't just wait. You can't wait
work
anybody.
at
Yeah.
it. Like things are gonna be thrown at you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And is my Prince Charming around the corner too? Because damn it, Cynthia, I'm you know what? Your Prince Charming was around the corner and mine is not. And I'm gonna resort to gigoloing. I decided on my last episode.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes it's better to be happy and than
I'm very happy. I'm just yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, Cynthia, what's next for you, girl?
next for me, I'm gonna keep on going with my my journey right now, which is being a mom, being a wife, and being a business owner. Working at the radio station.
Yeah.
I want to make my parents proud.
Oh, good.
And so I want to continue the hair salon, building my brand.
Yeah.
And making it bigger. There's more to come.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm so excited for you. Where can we make our appointments, or where can we go to get our spa date going on? Like, what's going on here? Do you have an address, phone number? How do we book appointments?
Yeah, we have a website, so iHeartHairSalonandDaySpa.com. Go there and you can book your appointment.
Yeah.
We have all the services that we offer. You can always call me at 254-235-5959.
Everybody's getting really comfortable putting their phone number on the show.
And iHeartHairSalon where love is in the hair.
Oh, darling. It sounds like you're doing a radio commercial. That's so cute. Cynthia, I have to say thank you so much for coming onto my show. I did want another queen on the show, and I think I got one. I've been wanting you on the show for quite a while, and I'm really happy that we finally got to schedule the time. I think a lot of women watching the show are really going to be empowered by this episode, and I just thank you so much for
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, of course, especially on a Sunday, because Sunday I rolled out of bed to come do this. All right, and after this I'm going right back. So,
hey, work.
That's it.
Yes,
Cynthia, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody watching this episode of The Public Affair, thank you again so much for your support. 53 episodes in, and I couldn't be any more grateful. Thank you again. So, guys. You guys are the greatest, and I really appreciate all the love and support. Before we go, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Fat Boy Michelada and Botana with my boy Junior Banda. He provides the best micheladas and botana trays for yourself or for a party. Make sure that you get them, the best, not the rest. They're locally operated. He also has a different menu, or a whole menu of different items going on, and they're scrumptious. I think you gotta go.
I've seen those.
They're so delicious. Oh my God, I love rolling around them. Thank you to Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. Of course, to Soko Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. They're located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. They also have open play on Friday nights, and they specialize in soccer training and fitness training with Dominic Gutierrez and Isaac and London Carrillo. Thank you guys so much for helping me lose 50 pounds and fit into this large shirt. What's up? Given to my boy DJ Taz. And of course, the Gallito Grill is by Waco Scarface. They provide delicious carne seca on both spicy lemon pepper and regular lemon pepper. You can catch them at local events and occasional Sundays in front of the flea market here in Waco. You can also follow them on social media at Gallito Grillers for locations of your scrumptious carne seca. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. You guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. I really appreciate it. Again, to Cynthia Lopez, thank you for coming on to the show. And I'm giving me my first glass of wine that I've had in a really long time. I'll just finish this little piece right here, okay? And you got to take that cheese tray home because, girl, now. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. Oh, I did it wrong. We're good.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.